Hello, this is Dread, and in today's video topic, we're going to be showing you a fun build today. But before we do that, we're going to be talking about some promotional material. Yes, EHG is going to be doing an event on February 2nd. It's going to be the Pack the Server event. Essentially, what you can do is you can use the link down below in the description to register for it. And then you follow the little guide it has, and then you'll be able to play multiplayer on the servers for about a week from February 2nd onwards. And we're going to be able to test the servers, help the devs out, and you're going to have some fun playing with your friends. You just need to own the game and follow the link down below through the description. Now, for this build, I want to make a disclaimer. This has been recorded and shown, this gameplay has been recorded and shown on the Invitational server, meaning that we did not have much time to play these builds. We're just showing off fun stuff. We didn't really have time to refine this, but it's okay. The damage for this build will blow you away. All right, Zeta, I want you to introduce yourself. Who are you?
Eh, Well, my name's Zeta. Honestly, I'm just an ARPG fan, and I've been testing the game for a little while now. Um, the build we're playing today or the build I've been playing has been Summon Bear with Spriggan form. Basically, it has no clear. You're not going to play this in any reasonable manner on your own. Play it with friends in multiplayer. That's where it shines. It'll kill all of the bosses for your party so that way they have an amazing leveling experience. And also, you can take on like T4 Julra in pretty garbage gear compared to most builds. Uh, you just have fun trying to do any monoliths at all.
Yeah, so what's the concept of the build? What's going on? Why are you doing so much damage?
So, realistically, Summon Bear with the mono companion nodes on the Beastmaster tree uh, combined with Briarthorn from the Summon Bear tree, it basically gives you some really insane damage. Briarthorn is 600% more damage. Artor's loyalty, 85% more damage. And Natural Bond is 75% more damage. So, and they all stack, and they're just absolutely nuts.
Yeah. And why are you Spriggan specifically for this setup?
Uh, so inside of Spriggan, you have Barbed Thicket. It grants you 60% chance to bleed per Thorn Shield on the, or no, it's just 60% chance to bleed and a 60% increased physical damage while the shield is on the target, while also granting you uh, some very solid uh, defenses for your bear. And then since the bear is going to be super tanky, since it's a mono companion, uh, you can actually just force the companion inside of attacks to take advantage of Thorn Burst inside of Bear in order to get some insane bleed stacking.
Yeah. So what's the little attack the bear is doing? Can you explain that so people understand what's exactly going on here?
So the bear has two attacks that you'll worry about. You have Briarthorn, which is its normal ranged spell attack. Uh, it's one of the nodes that you take on the tree to make it ranged instead of melee. And then Thorn Burst, whenever it takes 75 damage, it casts Thorn Burst, and with that, it stacks a lot of bleed because it also has bleed chance behind the retaliation node.
So that's the basics for the build. We're going to go in game real quick and show you a little bit of how the build functions. Now, this is not going to be a full build guide. This is just going to be more of a kind of like a showcase of what he's doing, because we can't really do a build guide per se, mainly because, like I said, everything in this video could probably change. Like by tomorrow, like or next week, this build could be completely dead. So we're just showing it off, to show how much fun we're having on the CT server. So 1 second. All right. We're in game here with the build. Zeta's streaming me his screen right now. Sorry, the quality is a little low, but it's just sadly how I have to get you this footage today. So there's no delay, so we can just get you this stuff right now. Now, he's just going to do a quick little overview of his build. Nothing too deep quality, but we haven't really been playing much of the server anyway, so it doesn't matter. So go ahead, Zeta. I'm going to let you take over the wheel here.
Okay, well, honestly, the only unique we have, bleed chance, bleed duration. Like, not much to say there. Uh, my staff, I have one useful affix, and that's my cast speed. Everything else on here, uh, ideally, I'd get minion physical damage as a suffix, and probably, actually, I don't even know what else.
Oh, also as well, just a little tip, you could use the wand that casts even more thorn shields after using a physical skill. That would increase the amount of thorn shields you get, right?
uh, it's actually less thorn shields than the cast speed mod provides overall.
Okay, you tested that. All right, that's cool to know.
Yeah, because thorn shield actually isn't proccing for some reason.
Oh, okay, it might be bugged. Okay, so maybe one day it'll
Yeah,
get fixed.
yep. I have minion health, summon bear, dodge rating, haste health, nothing special. The summon bear was getting me an extra point uh, for armor shred. My amulet is two tier 3 mods on a garbage base. So can't really get any worse than that. Uh, resistances and a base. I have I believe those are yeah, tier 5 and tier 4 minion mods and some endurance. Block, nothing useful here. T5 cast speed, minion damage, more resistances, movement speed, health, minion damage, attunement. And then for the idols here, I don't even have the idols I would like. These would ideally be bleed duration and minion bleed chance. And yeah, I haven't even filled in my idols.
Essentially,
And
what we're trying
then,
to say here is the gear is really cheap and really bad, so you could very easily invest into this build and get even more damage. You want to showcase the skills real quick for us?
yep.
Just like just the interaction of what's going on. Hey, look at that! That entire time we were playing, look at that. He only had 2 skills spec. Why is that?
So in Spriggan form, you can't really cast anything other than Thorn Shield. Like you're not really benefiting from anything else. So you don't really need anything else. You can use your first 3 that you get to level your character up until the point where you're comfortable uh specking Bear and Spriggan form, and then once you have those two, it's pretty much set sail from there. You
Actually,
do a lot
couldn't
of
you
damage.
grab the Eterra's Blessing setup for healing and all
So
that?
Terra's Blessing has the downside of it uses up the rage that you have.
Yeah. So
So
you'd
it,
have to have a way of sustaining rage without that. Yeah, essentially.
yeah. And I've been working on some tech for that. I was looking at rage totems. Those didn't really keep up. I was considering doing entangling roots shenanigans. Haven't gotten to test that yet, though.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious, real quick. Continue.
And then Briarthorn, it's really just, or Summon Bear, 50% chance to bleed. Briarthorn makes it ranged, cast speed, pierce. Uh, actually, this point needs to be here. Or one of these points need to be on my cast speed. It would increase its damage ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And then 30% more health, nothing important there. Retaliation, 75 damage, causes you basically spawn a flurry of projectiles, and those projectiles all have 100 chance to bleed, plus 50% here, plus whatever you have elsewhere on your tree,
And from of course,
and
the
here,
shields and the shields, the thorn shields.
and your shield. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh, and this just makes it able to actually hit the same target multiple times because since it shoots out in a nova around the bear, if you have enough speed and range, the ones on the other side can target the same target.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty much
then,
it for the build, I think, right? There's nothing too crazy.
yeah, nothing crazy. It's a very efficient build, and
Now, what would
it's
you
really
do to
just
like
these nodes.
what would you do to improve it?
Uh, right now, I'm just trying to sort out a rage sustain because if I can sort out rage sustain, I can get Terra's blessing, which would
Yeah.
allow me to self heal without potions. And you're rather squishy, especially in this level of gear.
Yeah, and
Uh,
could you use the new Gardens of Rage amulet?
yes, you could use the new Gardens of Rage amulet. Honestly, I already have enough damage. Being able to sustain more rage would also mean that you can be permanently in the Spriggan form.
Yep. Yep. So
Oh,
essentially, if you don't know what that is, they nerf Gardens of Rage. You can show it if you want. Show Gardens of Rage
yes.
real quick.
Gardens of Rage.
So
Rest
essentially,
in peace.
they nerfed the old version. It no longer exists, but they moved it to an amulet. Essentially, the Gardens of Rage is now on an amulet. But if you get like a Gardens of Rage on the amulet, like the whole thing, right? That means that you could just put vines down. It'd be like business like normal. And of course, like you saw with the build, it's not like as if it would be very tough to put in. Now, another option you can do to keep up with your party that he was talking about is you can use Silver Frond for teleportation if you're not using the Gardens of Rage setup while you're in Spriggan form.
Actually, you could use it with the.
Oh yeah, you could. It would be fine. Yeah, I just don't know if like you need to like spam it or whatever. I guess it's not that long of a cooldown, huh?
It's 7 seconds. You
Huh, actually, that wouldn't be that bad. You'd have to mess around with it though. But yeah, then you'd be able to, spam a Terra's Blessing and heal. And with all that being said, it looks like your internet's dying. So we're going to end the video here. I know it was a very simple build, but I'll try to get Zeta to give me a very scuffed planner to put in the description. With all that being said, this has been Dread. Like I said, February 2nd is going to be the next the next event where you guys get to play as long as you own a copy of Last Epoch and you go use the uh, link down in the description to register. With all that being said, this has been Dread. Have a wonderful rest day wherever you're at, and